Hello and welcome to The Digital Agent. I am Morgan Franklin, your host and digital real estate marketing extraordinaire. And with me today is Amanda Marcum with Berkshire Hathaway.
You got the whole name.
Yes! And she is an absolute rock star. So some highlights. 2017, she was the number 3 producer in all of Berkshire Hathaway, which is absolutely huge. We got 2017 numbers yet?
No. But I was number 1 in Madison County.
Number 1 in Madison County, which, you know, for those of you that aren't familiar with Central Kentucky real estate, Madison County is not a huge, what's the total population, like 40, 50,000?
80,000.
80,000, and so she was able to do 24 million?
28 million.
28 million in a place with a population of 80,000. So if you want to understand who is a rock star and how to own a market and, you know, really preserve and deliver brand, this is the lady to talk to, and that's why we're here today. Is there anything I missed in that bio that I should have talked about?
No, that's good.
I get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the whole purpose today is to understand how Amanda has achieved the success she has. And so my first question is, when we're talking about leads versus branding, when you're going out and trying to generate new business, are you looking to build a brand, or are you just trying to find leads and follow up on them, or is it some kind of mixture of the two?
It's a perfect mixture of both. Right now in my business, I did the lead thing for a really long time, paid for all of them, and I still do, but I've been in the business long enough now, and I guess maybe also kind of decided on a brand. I know that's hard for a lot of people, to really not change it too much. I think that's important. Only thing I've had to change is because my name changed, but when I got married.
Minor details.
So, but
it wasn't because you were running from the police.
No.
Okay.
No. And so, but I kept my same logo and my colors the same and everything. So I tried to keep the same brand once I understood what branding was and started doing that. And I think so when you have to have both, because when you get these leads and everything, if you don't have any sort of, they're going to look you up on the internet. I mean, They just are. They're going to be like, who's this weird person calling me? Then they're going to Google you and they're going to be like, oh my God, she's everywhere. Like, okay, yeah, I'll talk to her.
So when you say everywhere, where do you think it's important to have a presence online?
Well, honestly, as a realtor, Zillow.
So having a bunch of Zillow reviews, all 5 stars.
Yeah.
Do you know how many Zillow reviews you have?
192. I have the most in Madison County.
I'd say you have the most in all of Kentucky, except for like a brokerage.
I haven't checked, but yeah, definitely the most in Madison County. And having just like an amazing Zillow review. I mean, they even talk so much they teach their premier agents how to have your profile, but your picture is important too. I mean, like, if you have an old picture or an ugly picture or far away picture, I mean, like, it's important. Like, pay someone to make you look awesome and have it close up and have it be bright and happy and positive, and people
somebody
will click
you want to approach.
Yeah, somebody who's like, oh, this lady looks nice, or this dude looks like he knows something. Like, I could talk to him, because you're gonna, like, I mean, there's 3 or 4 agents and they get to pick who they work with from this big of a picture. So, and then obviously all of your reviews and
how many transactions and how many reviews and how many stars.
That's it. That's on there. So that's you have to be amazing in those 3 those 3 areas right there to be able to get them to click through.
So what do you do to achieve all those reviews? Like, how do you follow up with your clients and make sure that they take that action for you?
Well, besides just, I've joked about this before, but I actually mean it. I'd rather get a 5-star Zillow review than a paycheck, just because I know how valuable they are for my future business. So I worked really hard from like a million years ago trying to collect them, but collecting them at the right time is what's really important.
So when's the right time?
Not when they're packing and moving.
Yep.
Not right before or right after the closing, because they don't have time for you. They don't have time to eat. So let alone don't have time for you. So I test different theories on that, but that's the bad time to do it.
So like maybe a month? Just set a calendar reminder a month after they move in or something?
Maybe, yeah. I haven't tried that. I actually do it when they get under contract.
Ah, nice. Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
So, if something happens to the deal, you still got that review too. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like it.
I only have one of those, and actually it's a mutual friend who, they ended up being later, but Amanda.
No client names. No client names.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right.
We're on the internet.
Okay. Well, but yeah. So if it falls through, you still have the review. But luckily, I sold them something else, so it worked anyways.
Cool. So what marketing activity? So if you guys are watching this, sometime in the future, it is January of 2018. So for the year of 2017, which you absolutely crushed, What marketing activity was the most effective for you?
Marketing. I would say Facebook. I switched to a new website, and a lot of what they teach us and share with us, and is a big part of what drives the website,
Which is Chris Smith's curator,
yeah,
who wrote the conversion code, which I'm a huge fan of.
yeah, yep. And so they do a lot of Facebook. That's how you drive a lot of traffic to the website. So I would say that's the biggest difference this past year.
So what kind of content are you doing? Like ads? Are you doing videos? Are you doing photos? Just text posts? Like what works?
Mostly hot, beautiful listings.
Yep. Sexy kitchens and bathrooms, granite.
And they even go so far to tell you like which emojis to put and what words to leave off, and to have the bit.ly link, and then it's a one click. You capture all their info if they want to see all the rest of the pictures.
Wow.
So yeah.
So I use bit.ly too. It's free if you just want it for the entry level product. It's awesome. We'll throw a link down in the description below. So Facebook marketing was the number one most effective. What is a new marketing technique that you're excited to try out this year?
That's a good question.
Stumped her.
I had an answer before. I guess maybe it's not necessarily Is it okay if my answer is not marketing?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never loved on my past clients before, and now that I have like over 950 past clients in the past 11 years, they get like a Christmas card and a calendar and like some random stuff, and so I'm working really hard at loving on those people again, and so we're doing more client appreciation parties.
That's totally marketing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
good.
totally
okay.
marketing.
Good. Well, that's a big change for this year.
Yeah.
So we're doing a big event coming in March with a country singer that's coming to the EKU Performing Arts Center, where we bought a whole bunch of tickets, and it's going to be like really fancy. So
I like it.
I'm really excited. I can't wait for everyone to see it. But we did bowling with Santa for Christmas. That was great for people with kids. We're thinking about doing something. We just bought a farm, so something like in the summertime too.
A bonfire or something?
Yeah, something.
Pig roast?
Trying to figure out like how to do that, like with liability and stuff. I don't know, but and drinking. But so just trying to love on the people that already love me, because I never did that before. Like I was all about like, let's get new, and I'm like, that's silly. I've got all these people that already like worked with me.
You've got this group of people that know, like, and trust you. Why not ask them to refer you? Because there's nothing better than a referral.
Oh my God, it's the best. Yep.
On the topic of interesting marketing things, one of the things that I tried last year, and the reason I bring this up is when I walked in, she had one of her buyer's agent reading the 7 levels of communication. And one of the big things in that book, one of my big takeaways was housewarming parties.
Yeah, we did that too.
And so every single time I've thrown a housewarming party, I've gotten a referral from it. You know, it costs like $200 or $300.
And you make their lenders share some of the costs. Have you done that?
So because of all the advertising regulation, they're cracking down on Zillow. I get really nervous when I start working with lenders and like, how do I make sure it's equitable? I have done it, but gun shy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I won't do it.
Yeah.
It also depends, did I like their lender or not? Is
Right.
it the lender that I sent them to?
Right. If that's the case, then that's different. Yeah.
I won't name any names, but there's some lenders that are less desirable than others.
Yeah.
But those housewarming parties have been huge.
And so much fun, too.
Yeah.
Like, I would be afraid to do it by myself, but since I have a team now, we started doing them last year, and we all were like, but when we actually started doing it and got there and did it together, like, I didn't know Daphne's client or whatever, you know, but, like, I was there to support her, and, like, we just talk to everybody, and the people know everybody, and like you just get to, everyone's figuring out like, well, I know this person, and then it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
So when you throw one of those parties, kind of like what's your, like I go to Malone's, which is a restaurant here. I get mini burgers, some French fries, mac and cheese, salad, some beer, and some Coke or Coke sodas and wine.
We didn't go that far.
Like, what do you
We
guys
just
do?
did like veggie trays and just like small appetizers and told them they're in charge of their own alcohol. But we did have the lender partner who did their loan do a gift card, so we had everyone register, so we got all their information if we didn't already have it, because we sent out
I totally missed on having people register for the gift card for the door prize.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet. I got to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we did that, and then we have like cocktail napkins and balloons and all kinds of stuff with my logo on it, basically everywhere. Nice. And so we just set it all up and make it look pretty. Stay for the first hour, and then we peace out and let them,
nice,
do whatever they want after that.
I dig it.
So it was a lot cheaper than that. We just do like $100 worth of food and stuff.
Okay, so when you throw the housewarming party, make sure you have some kind of giveaway so you can get people to give you their name, email, and phone number so you can follow up with them and make them know, like, and trust you, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Add them to your database.
Here is a really big question that a lot of people, and this is one that irks the living daylights out of me because I've heard before, it's only a $150,000 listing. I can't even afford $200 or $100 for a professional photographer. So how much of your GCI do you put back into the business as advertising and marketing dollars?
I don't have that separated, but I spend 30% of not my GCI. Let's see, would that be GCI? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, 30% on my business.
Yeah.
And most of that's marketing.
Yeah, and that's...
After that would be like admin, as the biggest expense, but most of it is...
Pull the admin back out. Like, how much, out of every dollar that you earn, how much are you putting back into advertising and generating new business?
At least 25%.
Yeah.
I would say.
And it needs to be there.
Yeah, yeah. And at the end of the year, you'll have a small heart attack, but it's worth it and it's okay because you're making a lot. And...
Then you realize you sold $28 million and everything's perfectly okay.
Yeah, and it's okay. But yeah, it's really important. You have to spend money to make money, and you have to try new stuff, and you have to try it for a long time. Like, it drives me nuts when I hear people like, I sent out postcards and I didn't get anything. I'm like, once?
You sent them one time.
Once? Like, are you crazy? Like, send them for a whole year and then talk to me. A whole year. And then you can talk. Like, I mean, it's really rare to find real estate agents that are willing to spend money to make money. Mm-hmm. And there's such a big gap too. I think it's because of the money to spend, but the majority and then everyone else. I mean, there's not a lot of agents in the middle, and I think the big difference is the spending the hundreds of thousands of dollars needed to market and dominate. And
so let's just say somebody wasn't doing $28 million a year and they're doing $2 or $3 million a year. You can still have a great effect, with 20 or 30% of that, sales revenue. Yeah. You don't have to. Now, everybody wants to be Amanda, and that's why we're talking to her to learn how she does it. But you don't have to have hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
I started. I think I spent like $6,000 in marketing my first year, like total.
Yeah.
And only made like $35,000.
Yeah.
But it builds on itself, and building that brand. That dollar that you spend this year is not just this year. Mm-hmm. It's into perpetuity because it continues to snowball and build and gets you to the point to where you can be spending a couple $100,000 a year. But it's always been 20-30%, right?
Yeah, always. Actually, it's always really been very close to 30%.
So we talked about Curator earlier.
Yeah.
And so for you folks that are watching, so I don't use Curator. I've tried just about everything. I've tried plugins and WordPress from Diverse Solutions. I've tried conversion. I'm currently on Real Geeks because it is dollar competitive. It's very inexpensive. I know that I'm a huge fan of the conversion code. I think Chris Smith is a rock star and knows his stuff. So you've been with Curator for how long?
Almost a year, maybe like 9 months.
So tell me about it. What's the feedback? Do you like it? Is it better than other platforms you've been on?
Well, I've only ever had Real Geeks and Curator,
Okay.
and it is it's just the next level up. Real Geeks was an amazing website for me for more than 5 years, probably 7 years, really. I mean, and like it. I wasn't good at changing things on the back end. That was a little difficult for me.
Real Geeks is, you don't have to be a programmer, but it's definitely very involved.
It is. It was just, I could figure it out. And there was people you could pay to do it for you, which was great too. I didn't figure that out till like 6 years in. But Curator it's just, I don't even remember how I think I met Chris at like the Berkshire Hathaway convention, and he kind of like showed some of his other like Curator websites, and I was like, oh my god, those are beautiful. Which, granted, I know not many people look at them on a website or on a computer.
Everybody's going to Zillow or Trulia. Nobody's coming to your own website. But if they do make you got to make an awesome impression.
I have people all the time, like companies. They're like, who did your website? Like, people freak out because it's absolutely so beautiful. It's like a big video, and what's the
domain name?
marcumsold.com.
We'll link that up. Go check it out. It is actually a very beautiful website.
Thank you. And so like they have a big video that you can have. A lot of people just have like houses or their city, whatever they're selling as that big video background. But I hired a local videographer and did kind of just like we did a commercial, and then he took pieces of that and made it where you didn't have to talk. So it shows like, it just shows all about us and our office and our signs and some houses and just what we're doing all day. And I just think I'm really proud of it. I think it's really beautiful. And it's very simple. Like, the website's very, like, there's not a lot of choices, which I like.
So we talked about the front end, and so what I'm really excited about is because, so for you guys that haven't read the conversion code, Chris Smith worked at Quicken Loans and really helped them develop their online lead generation, which Quicken Loans is the king of online mortgage lead generation. And so he took that knowledge, wrote a book called The Conversion Code, and then started selling these websites. So tell me about the backside of the webs, or the backside, like the CRM that's attached to it. Like, how does all that work? You know,
It's amazing. It's so cool. It's really cool. And I honestly, it's very sad. I don't know all the details about it because I have an operations manager that knows a lot more about it, and she does the marketing too, but they teach you how to do all of that. So like, it's not just for like teams, but it's ideal and set up better for teams, but it has Follow-Up Boss, which I think you can purchase on your own. But it comes with it. It's free, I guess, or whatever. It comes with it. I'm sure you pay for it, or I do. And
in one way, in a roundabout way, you're going to pay for it.
I pay for it. So you set up all these they tell you how to. Well, Yes, I only know a little bit about, like I said, but you put up all these ads everywhere. Like you get a new listing and you blast it out there, like on Facebook. We do Instagram. We put it on everywhere, like blast it out, brand new, and it has a special link, and they teach you how to do all that. I think it's called like Magic Million or something. And anyway, so when someone clicks that, you automatically get their information. Well, if you don't have an ISA, you need a team, like one or the other, because my phone blows up. We have a new listing, like it blows up all day, easily 50 people will, and we capture all of their information. So it goes into Follow-Up Boss. What I have is you can have a round robin set up for whoever wants the leads, or you can do
team, so it just goes around.
Yeah, or you can do first to claim, and that's what I have. So if they don't answer within 15 minutes, then I get it. But all my other avenues go into that too: Zillow, Trillia, Realtor.com, Homes.com. Whatever, they all go in there in the same funnel. And so what I think is really cool is when the agents, it'll pop up and it'll say, lead to claim. I get to see where it comes from. So I know, like, if it's a really good one, I can see all, they're all good, but there's some that are better. You know what I mean? So I get to see, and then, we kind of have a policy. If you're with your children or you're drinking, don't claim a lead. That's pretty much the only rule.
So we talked earlier about, that 30% spend. If you're a brand new agent and you have no money to spend, or let's just say you had $500 and that was your marketing budget, and you're a brand new agent, you haven't closed the deal, what one thing do you think you should go do that would be super important to be successful in real estate?
I would, I think I would, with $500, I had an answer. Let's see. I would work on, I would have a great CRM for one thing, because now that I always had some sort of CRM or whatever, but I never really loved it and got excited about it. But now that I do and I'm organized with it, I would work on, and it's one of the first things I do when an agent joins my team is I give them the ABCs of a database. It's Tom Ferry documents, 4 pages, and it's like, who's your doctor, who's your dance teacher? It has all these questions for 4 pages, and it prompts you to build your database. When you haven't had any past sales, that's the first thing. And so putting that information into an organized. So
can we Google that and get that 4-page Tom Ferry, or is that something behind a paywall somewhere?
No, I think it's out there.
Okay.
I'm sure it's out there. It's old. Yeah, it's the ABCs of a database from Tom Ferry.
Okay.
And so just putting all of those people in a database and then looking up on the PVA, their addresses, their phone numbers, and their emails, getting all that organized, and then sending out handwritten notes. That's kind of from that book too. That's another thing we do. I'm kind of mandatory about is writing handwritten notes, and not on fancy stuff you have to get made, but even though I could buy any kind of note card in the whole world, I write mine on Lily Pulitzer handwritten notes because that's my style.
You're not a fan of Lily Pulitzer
at all. Yeah, pink in winter.
So we're expecting a bunch of snow, but anytime between April and October, if you see Amanda, she's got on Lily Pulitzer at all times.
Yeah, and I would right now, but this is close enough.
Yeah, and so that CRM, it doesn't have to be some expensive fancy CRM. It could be a spreadsheet.
Or just use what your brokerage provides. The one our provides is awesome. And it's free. And you don't have to have any closings, and you pay for it, and you don't pay for it. And just be organized in there. Send out handwritten notes. And I know an agent who is wildly successful. She could spend millions on advertising, but all she does is all the people, once she organized her database, she gets up every morning, makes a list of the 10 people, and between appointments while she's driving, she calls, and she's just chats with
What's
people.
going on?
She just chats.
How are you?
Chats. And then after she chats, then some she has like a formula of how some she'll take to coffee, some she'll take to drinks. Then she writes some notes, and it's cheers, her name, and she just literally loves on people that she already knows.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to have past clients to start doing that. And that's what, if I could do it again and be brand new, I wish I would have done that from the
So
beginning.
we didn't even spend, we could spend $500 on coffees and lunches and things.
Yeah,
but really, everything you talked about could be accomplished with free CRM, a spreadsheet, which I hope you have a computer, and just time and effort. You really don't even have to spend any money.
No, and that's the thing, because I would definitely never spend $500 on Zillow, because you'll get nothing from it. You know what I mean? Like,
it takes a lot more than $500.
If you don't spend more than $3,000 a month, you're not going to get anything. So don't even waste your money. That's basically the moral of my story is, don't waste your money on that kind of stuff.
Speaking of which,
yeah.
segue. I know this wasn't on the question list,
Yeah.
but where are you spending digital dollars right now? Zillow, Trulia, Realtor?
Yeah. All three of those.
All three of those?
Yeah, mostly on Zillow. That's the biggest and best. I own a whole zip code. I have whatever market share is, 100 and something %.
In all of Richmond?
No, I do Berea. Richmond's too expensive.
I was about to say, holy shnikes.
Yeah, no, just Berea, but it's proven to be very, very beneficial for us and for me. And plus, you have to have a rock star profile with it too. If you're going to dominate a zip code and your picture's ugly and your profile isn't that impressive,
and you have no reviews and 2 sales, and so a lot of times, especially here in our market, Zillow doesn't always update. So every time you have a closing, I have my assistant go in and update my Zillow profile with the closing, the amount, the picture, and I make sure that the picture is nice, just so it's kind of it's a scoreboard.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a scoreboard, and if everyone else in your area isn't very good, it's unfair, but it is what it is.
Hey, we're giving them all the tips and tricks. All you got to do is just go out and put in the work and do it.
That's true. That's true.
So make sure you get your Zillow reviews. Let's see. What marketing strategies should we avoid? What have you done that was a complete waste of time or money? Oh my gosh. All of it?
No. Trying to think of.
I'll tell you that I tried postcards. I failed miserably with postcards.
I still do some postcards.
Handwritten notes are fire, but I've probably spent $3,000 or $4,000 on postcards. Never a single deal.
Yeah, I used to get a lot from it. Maybe when times were not so good, and I guess I don't get as much now. But I would say, I guess maybe postcards and maybe some print.
How about magazines?
No, I still do some of that stuff though. I'm awful because I'm paranoid not to do just a little bit.
But are you doing those print because of... Now, I've done print before because the owner of the publication was a friend and a referral source.
Yeah.
And so I paid money in that advertisement just to maintain that referral relationship. But actually from the advertisement, in a local print magazine, I never got anything.
Yeah, I would agree. That's probably what I do a little bit. Oh, you know what's a really good one? I forgot about this. I do this, and every time I think, oh, it's so expensive, I'm going to stop doing this, I'll get literally a $500,000 listing from the radio. I'm not even kidding. I do radio ads.
The radio?
Yes, local radio. Yes.
Really?
And it's really expensive, but it pays off.
So I get in the truck and I listen to Sirius.
I know, I do too. I don't even listen to myself.
I couldn't even tell you what the stations are anymore.
I know. Well, and the one I advertise on is a local country station, but it's on in everyone's office. Every doctor's office I go to, it's on. All the factories, all the people who are in Madison County at their businesses, it's on. People tell me all the time, "Oh, I heard you on the radio."
And so that comes down to knowing your market and getting out there and understanding where people are listening. And so radio in a big major metropolitan market probably ain't going to work.
Yeah.
But Amanda went out and she understood what her clients were doing, where their attention was, and delivered her content there. So it worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know one thing I did that was wildly unsuccessful.
Yeah.
And very expensive. I did a sponsorship to try to build, a kind of referral source relationship too, but with the local university during the football games, did these little commercials.
Yeah, I saw it.
It was so expensive, and I know I probably, like I said earlier, I probably should have done it longer. I only did it for a year, but it was because it was so expensive, and I didn't get anything from it.
No.
The games weren't, I don't think, well attended. I think if I took that money and put it on Facebook, it'd be ridiculous.
Yeah,
it'd be out of control.
I find it hard to spend money anywhere else other than Facebook and Instagram, just because. I can generate a lead for $1.80.
Yeah.
I can generate a name, email, and phone number for $1.80. The conversion rate's not that great, but then like it builds brand and the people that know, like, and trust you. And like we were talking off camera. I actually had lunch with a guy who hit me up last week and said, I know you're super busy, but are you accepting new clients? And that was just because over the last year they've seen 127 of my videos. And they think of real estate, and that's built a brand, kind of like in Richmond, you think, the orange and blue, Amanda Marcum. And so I find it hard to spend money anywhere else, but I'm glad to see that you're having success in other places.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're almost done. What new marketing strategy are you going to try in 2018, or any words of wisdom for us?
Well, the big thing I'm going to do this year more is the client appreciation parties and the housewarming parties.
And they're not expensive.
No.
Like what, $200 a party?
Yeah, at the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like nudging them and getting them started, and like we have found that it's most successful with first-time home buyers because
they're so excited.
Yeah, and like they even bring their parents and stuff, and they're gonna need to sell. Like it's just a great way to get in person, because I've always said from the beginning, like, to be a successful, it takes all types of personalities, but the thing that worked best for me, and the reason I even did like open house, or I still do open houses, is all you have to do is be the first and be halfway competent and have a smile, and you win.
Yep.
That's it. Like, you don't have to have any money, really. All you have to do is have a house to be in on a Sunday, be the first one, and have a smile, and halfway know what you're talking about. Now, to take it to the next level, you have to have follow-up game to suit, because the market's flooded with a whole bunch of agents. But back in the day, it was a lot easier, but it's still very, very applicable today to that concept.
Yep.
And I preach that all the time. And so that's the perfect way to get in front of people, because I'm like a lot of agents. I don't like the telephone. I'd much rather text, if possible. I don't know if it's a millennial thing.
I'm totally guilty. I'm guilty.
But I'm okay in person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why? I have no idea. I can't figure it out.
Well, body language, and you can, you create rapport a lot quicker, and you can,
mimic
nonverbal communication's a lot easier.
Yeah. So that's my big thing is that's what's so great about the housewarming parties, open houses, client appreciation events. 'Cause I'm not like I said, I was so bad. I never like called my people to check on them after much, because I'd be afraid they'd be like, oh, well, this broke and that broke, but really.
But even if something did break, I
can still help them.
A lot of times you either know a contractor, or you've got the home warranty on file, and you've got the number, and you've got their warranty number. You say, call this number, here's your warranty number, and then they didn't have to go dig through their files.
That's true.
And so
you've
delivered service again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of where we're trying to get better, is to just provide a level of service that's just, people, it's a no-brainer. People are like, well, you have to call our realtors. Like, they're amazing. The Marcum Sold team, they love on us all the time. They've helped us. I call them for a dentist to recommend, and they know everybody. Like, that's kind of like my goal for us.
So to kind of wrap things up, we talked a lot about Facebook marketing and different CRMs, but it keeps coming back to building relationships with people that know, like, and trust you. And you've leveraged digital marketing to do that, but your most successful stuff is getting in front of people.
Yeah, and that's the best way. Like, you can spend all that money and like get those leads, but just, hey, let's go look at that house. As soon as we can do that, then we're in rapport and we're good, and it's gravy after that for me.
Cool. Amanda, thank you so much. I know that you are super busy, and she's actually on her way to
Palm Springs, California.
Palm Springs to go hang out with Tom Ferry. And so she took the time to spend this 45 minutes, or however long this video's been. I know this is going to be I can't wait to see the watch statistics, see how many people actually watch this one all the way through. Amanda, you're a rock star.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
I appreciate your friendship.
And you guys, thank you guys very, very much for watching. There's going to be all those links down in the description. And any questions, comment in the description below. I'm also going to put Amanda's contact information, just in case anybody wanted to reach out, shoot her an email. I'm sure she would love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you again soon.